Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.
Welcome to Peter and Ruffy's Football Show, sponsored by Arnold Clark. I'm Peter Martin. It is Wednesday. Delighted that you could join us on the programme, and we have a top drawer team in the studio tonight. We've got a great goalkeeper in Alan Rough, of course, good striker in Tam McManus, and a quality midfielder to catch all those runs in Scott Allan from Hibernian. So we've got a top panel, and here's what we're going to talk about. Yeah, lots to get our teeth into, of course. It's the international break. A lot of fans crave domestic football, but with Scotland in the doldrums at the moment, we're hoping for some sort of lift in the match against Russia, and of course San Marino on the horizon. On days like this, I'm delighted to welcome Scott Allan with us. Scott, do you itch and think to yourself, I wish I was involved in that kind of Scotland setup?
Yeah, obviously it's a target for myself, but for me this season was just about back playing regular football, and I'm finding that currently at Hibs and enjoying every moment.
Yeah, seems like only yesterday, you might not remember this, but I was watching you play at New St Mirren Park, Scotland under-21s against the Czech Republic all those years ago, and I thought to myself, this guy's going to be a star. At that point, you had the world at your feet, you had all those big decisions to make. Do you remember it?
Yeah, I think that was at Dundee United before I moved on to West Brom, but for me, one where other things didn't work out as way as I'd planned as early in my career as I'd wanted to, but I've learned from it now and I'm a better player for it, and
yeah,
as I say, I get a home at Hibs at the moment and enjoying it.
And the good thing about it, as you get more and more experienced in that Hibs side, and the older you get as well, you start to make rash decisions about your hair. I give you Tam McManus, you know? It's as simple as that, Scott. That's what happens after you get to the tail end of your career. You start doing mad things with your hair. Anyway, great to have you with us as well, Tam. We're talking Scotland, talking about how we could do with lads like Scott in there. We could do with maybe a performance against Russia that nobody expects we're going to get.
No, I don't think there's any pressure whatsoever on Scotland tomorrow. I think we're not going to get out of that group anyway. You know, go out and relax and just play. You know, Russia are a very good side. You know, you've seen that in the last tournament. They're very strong, quick, you know, and I think they were excellent at Hampden. You know, they deserve to win the game. So, listen, it's one of the games, nobody expects anything from us, and you might just go and surprise it, but it's a very, very big ask to go over here and get a point.
Yeah, even the assistant, Stephen Reid, accepts that they've got quality rippling throughout their side.
No. I think we knew about their qualities, knew about, you know, individually, you know, what they can do. Got players playing at big clubs throughout Europe. They have got qualities, no doubt, but we're obviously going to have to deal with them a little bit better than what we did at home and take our opportunities when given, because started that game, started on the front foot, started really well, got our goal, and then, you know, just come off it slightly after conceding the equaliser.
Yeah, I mean, it started so well for us against Russia, as Stephen Reid mentioned there, and then it just fell apart, Ruffy. It's almost as if we ran out of ideas.
Yeah, I thought the first half was particularly good. Their big players turned it on in the second half, as usually happens when you've got quality in your side. But we don't know what the side's going to be, but I think it's an opportunity for whoever gets in that 11 to state a claim, you know, because there's a few positions, you know, that are up in the air. So whoever does get picked, if they have a good game, it could be good for them.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing about it, Scott, we mentioned there, you said, you know, that's a goal of yours to try and force your way into the international managers thinking. We're at a time when we've got 30, 40, you know, midfielders that everybody has, you could throw into the hat. It's the other areas where we're toiling.
Yeah, I feel like through the middle, we've got a strong midfield. Kenny McLean playing the Premiership, John McGinn, who's been excellent and only still to get better. I just feel it's a hard job for our striker up front. He's got to be unselfish, and for us, we need to get balls through. But when they're doing that much running, it's hard to wear the ball for him up. We've just not really got the depth there yet, but yeah, hopefully there's some players coming through it in the future will we'll step up.
We're craving them. You've mentioned somebody, and I might as well get your thoughts on him. You think Ryan Porteous could be one that Steve Clarke might look at sooner rather than later?
Yeah, well, for me, he's one of the best young centre-backs I've played with. He's a leader, aggressive, can play in the ball. And I think moving forward he'd be a great asset for the national team, but he's still got to get a season maybe under his belt first before he can expect that, I'd say. Yeah,
well, let's rush him now, Ruffy. We're desperate. We're desperate to get somebody in there, aren't we?
Yeah, well, hopefully that's not the case. We're hoping the back four, or whatever it is, back three, put up a good performance. You know, I'm sure Stevie will have worked with them. That is a big failing for us. The goals that we're losing. So I'm expecting quite a reasonable performance tomorrow night. I know you're thinking 3-4, whatever. Yeah. I don't think that'll be the case.
No.
No.
You think what? That's what I love about you, Ruffy. You give us that little modicum of hope, and then
I do think you'll have them more. We're not going to go gung ho. Obviously, we're going to sort of make ourselves hard to beat. So I think if we get some big players on the night, you know, I don't think it'll be as much as beating as what people think.
Yeah, I've got it down as 3-0, Ruffy. What do you think is something that we could get out of there with?
4. No, I think 2. No, I think 2. I think 2.
Oh, there you are. That's a real softening of the blow. Tom, how do you see it?
Listen, I hope we can go and get a result, but I think Russia are too strong for us. I think 3-0.
3.
I'm going to say 2-0.
2-0. Yeah, just so you don't get slaughtered, just to try and get into the middle Ruffy camp.
If we have get a chance, Steve Clarke's probably your best manager who can go away, set up in a certain way to maybe nick us a point. But I'd say that's wishful thinking at this moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I'd bite your hand off for a point. One of the things as a sideshow, which I don't think helps, Tam, is, you know, we all have an opinion. It's as simple as that. I think sometimes it grates more with the Tartan Army if it's a former England internationalist who's played for Liverpool. Jamie Redknapp's had a pop and said, look, you know, the rest of the Scotland players are just dragging Andy Robertson down, his performances. I mean, is he bang out of order?
I think he is. I think he's out of order. I don't think that's the case at all. I think that Andy Robertson is probably the best left back in the world. But they're playing a different style with Scotland. You know, at Liverpool he just bombs forward all day. He's got a great engine, but he's got licence to do that. He's playing in a top quality team with great players. You know, he can get up and down all day. With Scotland, you know, a lot of the time we've not got the ball. You know, you've not got the ball, you've got to sit in and you've got to defend, and Andy's got to do that. Whereas, and maybe that's hindering his performances. You know, he can't play his normal game the same as he does with Liverpool. But no, I don't think he's. You know, it's a bit disrespectful to some of the players that we've got. You know, Scott mentioned them there. You know, John McGinn, Kenny McLean, guys are doing well in the English Premiership. So no, I don't agree with that at all. I think he's out of order, and but Andy's a top player, and you just have to get on with it and try his best for Scotland.
Yeah, I mean, give us the discipline on that, because you're a player who likes to go forward. You like to see a pass in behind the defence. Sometimes Hibs will play against the side. You know, for example, you know you're going to be on the back foot. You know you're going to have to be disciplined. It's a change in your mentality. Yeah,
but it's something you got to do for the team sometimes, especially with Scotland. We're not always going to have possession, but we've still got enough quality in there. Even I mentioned John and Kenny, Callum McGregor. He's been so consistent for Celtic at a high level for 2-3 seasons now. James Forrest as well. So very disrespectful, I'd say, because I think we've got a lot of quality in there. Just maybe up front we're missing a few bodies.
Yeah. What's your take on Shanklin going in there? I mean, we're looking now and we are in the desperate stakes. We're wondering if we've got somebody at centre half, but we're looking at Lawrence Shanklin and thinking, you know, is he the man to step up and he's at a lower level?
Well, he scores goals. It's basically about getting balls in the box and seeing if he can attack it. I think that's the way Shanklin plays. Our most natural finisher, Lee Griffiths, is obviously not playing at the moment, but he's the one who can maybe score something out of nothing. I'm not so sure if Shanklin can do that. I've not really seen much of him, but he can score if given the chance, so what do you see?
Even Lawrence Shanklin himself has been speaking this week, mentioned the fact that he's confident if given a starting place or indeed coming on as a sub, he can lead the line.
It'll be a different experience and a different type of game, but I've been at clubs before where we've went and played games away from home and been one man up front at club level and the other team's got most of the ball, so it's something you do come across in football. I have done it before, you know what I mean, but currently now it might be a wee bit different.
Yep, fingers crossed that he can indeed give us one moment of positivity. You never know if he scores a goal. You know, it'll be all over the back pages if he can get us a goal in Russia. Just whether it's a consolation or not, only time will tell. Everybody's given their opinion on that. Coming up after our quiz, we'll be talking to Scott about his career at Hibs and hopes for the Hibbies for the rest of the season. That's after this week's question. Great thing about the quiz is you always get 2 Glaikit looks and 1 who knows the answer, and unusually Ruffy's the only guy that knows the answer on this one, and he's the guy who turned around and said, you couldn't see the 2 badges there. You couldn't see the 2 badges because it'd give away the final, you tube.
I said nearly saw the 2 badges.
Yeah, okay. You've got it, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Yeah,
there's
I
no
remember
point
that game.
we're guessing with you, Tam, because you've gone through every 4 years in the last 20 seconds here. Scott, you're allowed to, because you're sitting in that chair, use the Barry Ferguson get out clause.
I'll use the Barry Ferguson get out clause.
Yes, which is, I wasn't born, so how could I possibly know the answer to that one? Anyway, at the end of the week, someone will win a PLZ team T-shirt in the colours of your favourite team. Good luck with that. We've got Scott Allen here. We're delighted that he's able to join us on the programme. Special guests aplenty coming on the programme Monday to Friday. This one, of course, we've been nipping your brain for long enough, by the way, and we've finally got you to come through from Edinburgh, because it's a club that the fans have taken to you. Yep. They loved you first time around. They wanted you back second time. What's the difference this time for you? I mean, you were working under Neil Lennon before, and then suddenly, you're back to Celtic and then back to Hibs.
Just obviously, to be fair, I'd signed the pre-contract with Neil Lennon being in charge, so for me it was kind of a new setup, which obviously I knew the players, but in terms of how the manager wanted to play, but I've loved every minute of it. Obviously, it's been a bit different in terms of some of the results haven't gone away, but we've signed a lot of new players, a lot of players getting used to Edinburgh, the intensity, Scottish football on the park and off the park. But for me, after obviously a year not playing football, it's just great to be on the park again.
Yeah, and the key thing, I think, I've been fortunate enough, I've made a point of actually going to see Hibs on a regular basis this season, is the fact that in the middle of the park, you guys have quality there. Yep. You've got the ability to kill teams off. I mean, do you sense that it's just getting closer to clicking?
Yeah, I feel like we've made a step forward, certainly after the Kilmarnock game away. First and foremost, it was about we were conceding goals. We've stopped that now. We got that win. I know it was on penalties, but just little things like that can make a difference in your season. And I feel Saturday went into the Aberdeen game, a lot of people wouldn't have had us down as getting anything from that game. And I'd say we more than dominated the game, had the best chances, but just couldn't see it through at the end, and that was disappointing, but it was still a good point in terms of where we were at. So I think we just need to take the Kilmarnock game next stage of the Cup. Celtic, to get a point against Celtic for the first team this season to do so was a good result for us and another step forward, and that's the way where I see we're at. We need to take every game as it comes, and I think it's just a matter of time before it clicks.
Yeah, and when it does click, Dan, you know better than anyone.
Yep.
It's a great club to play for. It's a brilliant stadium.
Yeah, it's the supporters are fantastic through there. I really enjoyed my time at Hibs, and they're a big club. Scott knows that, and expectations are high at Hibs. They expect to be up there challenging. At the top end of the table. Obviously just now, Hibs and Hearts obviously both are struggling at the minute. But as Scott was saying, I think that there's a few signs in the last couple of weeks that it's been just starting to get a little bit better. I think the Kilmarnock game away from home in the Cup, as Scott said there, getting a clean sheet. Hibs are losing too many goals. I think they've always got a goal in them, Hibs, and getting the draw against Celtic. Just unfortunate they couldn't hang on against Aberdeen at the weekend. They should get into the international break. Pretty buoyant, but I think they have got the quality. It's taken a bit of time for the boys that come up from England to settle in, and once I think Christian Doidge starts getting on the score sheet, gets a couple of goals, I think you'll see a different player. But he's just struggling just to get that goal now. And but once he gets it, I think he can go and kick on. I think that'll make a big difference for Hibs.
Yeah, I think they should be a top 6 side easily, Ruffy. Hamilton, Ross County and Livingston on the horizon before they come up against Celtic in the League Cup.
Yeah, no, I don't have any fears for Hibs at all. The quality's there. They just need to start scoring goals. As the guys touched on it there, it was losing goals was the problem, but I think they've sorted that out now. The next problem is getting the goals when needed. At Aberdeen, it should have been 3 points without any hesitation. And it's just a matter of getting wins and confidence and growing for there.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have an inferiority complex going in against Celtic in the semi-final. Is in many ways a good situation to be in, because everybody thinks it's going to be Celtic and Rangers in the final anyway. So you're on a hiding to nothing.
Yeah, for us it's a free hit. We just got to go out there and give everything, try and get to a final for the fans. But for us, we take the the positives from the game last week. We made it hard for Celtic a lot of times in the game. We rode their pressure at times. Maybe a few decisions on both halves didn't go either team's way, but I think for us it was positive, especially having a League Cup semi-final against them.
Yeah, you loved your battles with Bruni, didn't you? I was actually laughing at one point when I saw the two of you going hell for leather.
Yeah, obviously I've a good relationship with Scott away from the park, so I didn't say a word to each other the whole game, to be fair. And then after it was all back to normal, but I enjoyed it.
Have you had guys like that, Tam, that are your mates and you think, no, I've just got to leather you on this?
Oh, there's plenty, and you know, I'm friendly with Bruni as well, and I know what Bruni's like. Off the pitch, he's full of fun, but as soon as he steps over the white line, Scott will tell you he'll do anything for his team to win. And he likes a little bit of chat as well on the pitch. And Bruni used to clean my boots when he was at Hibs. He was the worst boot boy that I've ever had in my history. You know, I had a few clubs as well.
Yeah.
So, but Bruni's a great lad. And
there's a crucial question there, Ruffy, I think Tam has to answer, which is, if you've got somebody who's your boot boy, the one thing you look for is Easter, Christmas, birthdays, special occasions. Did you weigh him in?
Yes, I did. Because I'll tell you the reason why I weighed him in, because I never get weighed in with the boys that I've done their boots. Pat McGinley, I'll name and shame him. He gave me about a tenner. Mixed with Pat Line and a tenner. Both of them were minted. The only guy I actually gave me a decent tip was Stevie Crawford, now Dunfermline manager. Gave me £100 at Christmas. Wow. And I was on 70 quid a week, and I thought I'd win the lottery. So Crawford forever is one of my favourite ever people. Yeah,
Ruffy, do you clean
John Collins cleaned my boots.
Did you weigh him in?
A tenner.
That was a lot of money back in the 70s.
I was just about to say, you'd buy a car in the 70s. Did you ever clean anybody's boots?
I did. You'd not even know. Andy Shala, Dundee United.
Yeah, who can forget the Andy Shala DVD that came out? Where are they now?
He got me a pair of Adidas Superstars, long size. Thought he'd spent 100 quid, went up, walked past the office, they were in the sale in Overgate in Dundee. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, Andy, if you can contact us, tell us how much those boots cost. Anyway, listen, I mean, apart from anything else, you know, it's a semi-final to look forward to. It's a situation where you know you can score against them. I think that's the other thing. I mean, the guys, have they chatted about it when the draw came out?
Obviously, at the time the draw came out, it wasn't. They weren't expected to go through, so you obviously would have preferred the Hearts in the semi-final. But for us, the league games gave us a lot of confidence to take into that game.
Yep. Well, listen, we wish you well for that one. It's great that you've come in here. We've got a couple of things to chat about just before we finish. Ruffy, David Weir's been out saying that, you know, maybe if Rangers can win the League Cup, it could be the catalyst to send them on to stopping Celtic winning 9 in a row. Well,
every cup wins momentum. You know, you're in a football team and you keep winning every week. You just feel as if you can't get beat. And this is the year. You know, that the Rangers players have got to believe that they can do it, but that remains to be seen whether they can. Yeah, and a couple of little points here. We're talking about managers getting the sack. Tam, got to get your thoughts. Jack Ross is available. Suddenly that cranks up, I think, the pressure in this country, because chairman and chief executives will be looking and thinking, oh, wait a minute, could he make a difference? Already we've had Stephen Robinson linked with a couple of clubs down south. I think Jack would walk into any club up here. I think he's a good manager. I thought he's very unlucky to lose his job at Sunderland, to be honest with you. I think you've got Hearts, manager under pressure, Hibs a little bit under pressure. St Johnstone a little bit under pressure, Aberdeen manager a little bit under pressure. I think if any of them actually pull the trigger, then the first person they'd look for, I think, would be Jack Ross. Yeah, okay. Lots of comments about all the topics we've been discussing. If you want to give us your point of view, you can do across all our social media networks, of course, Twitter, Facebook Live, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We'd love to hear from you. And there'll be more competitions and a chance, dare I say it, for you if you go on to PLZ Soccer to win Scott Allen's signed shirt. We went into the Hibs shop, might as well tell you, Ruffy. I'm just so grateful that it wasn't Scott Venegoor of Hesseling. It was didn't have to spend an absolute fortune on the letters. And just on that point, this is the thing that all four of us have in common, is the fact you don't need to tell us a specific area, but Edinburgh is a fantastic place for relaxation and, of course, nightlife. That's all I'm saying to you. Are you enjoying the city? Loving it. Yeah. Ruffy, some great mental nights out in Edinburgh, didn't you? I had one great night out with George Best that I'll never forget. But, another story.
Don't forget you can join us for the George Best story from Ruffy on another programme. And of course, name dropper supreme. Tam, you'll never beat George
No,
Best.
I'm not even going to mention Gary Connolly, and that's fine.
That's a totally different story.
I was going to come, Doug.
Yeah, whatever happened to him? Where's he? Anyway, on that note, we wish Scott all the very best for the rest of the season. Hopefully you can join us tomorrow on the programme. Of course, Tam Cowan will be with us on the Thursday, so look forward to that. Thanks to Scott Allen, thanks to Tam McManus and Alan Rough, but most of all, thanks to you for watching. Don't forget, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Thanks for watching.
Expect the best used car deals guaranteed. Visit arnoldclark.com.